we're live now. So once Eva finishes with the blessings, or while we okay, thank you. I have this question for you guys. Are we humans experiencing spirituality, or are we spiritual beings experiencing a human life? Are we humans experiencing spirituality, or experiencing a human life? Is the second one, right? So it's very important to understand that as a spirit, we belong to a group of souls in a certain cycle. Because we came to earth for two reasons: to find happiness and to find ourselves. Life itself is meaningless. Life itself doesn't have a purpose unless you give it a purpose. If I tell you what is the purpose, then you lose power, because your ability to choose is your power. But I usually tell people, hey, we came to earth to find happiness. We came to earth to find ourselves. And most people agree, yeah, I want to be happy. I want to find myself. And yourself is not the physical body. Yourself is your true inner light, the divine spark, your spirit. So that's why it's important to understand the different types of or categorizations of spiritual beings or interdimensional beings, because we're one of them. We're just living a physical experience. Now, there's a message that I always bring to these circles, is that we humans need Earth. Earth doesn't need humans. And the problem is that we're contaminating, we're creating mass extinction of the species, we are creating wars, we're polluting, we're creating weapons of mass destruction, and guess what? Mother Earth doesn't like that. So she's gonna get rid of us sooner or later. Guess what? Even if she gets rid of our bodies, our spirit will continue. Because death is not the problem is suffering. The people who die, they stop suffering. The ones living continue grieving. Buddha once was asked, actually he said, life is suffering. And the root cause of suffering is attachment. So when we are too attached to our body, to our physical conditions, then we suffer. But when we accept everything, we accept life, we accept death, we accept even suffering, then we stop suffering, because we're full of acceptance. The spirituality essentially is love for yourself. You cannot love others if you don't love yourself. You have to love yourself first. So that's how you find yourself, loving yourself. You have to forgive yourself before being able to forgive others. You have to respect yourself before being able to respect others, because if you don't know what it is to respect yourself, you cannot really respect others and receive respect from others in return. You have to trust yourself before being able to trust others. So spirituality is all about self-love, compassion, forgiveness, connection with everything. So that's what we have to do in order for us to stay on earth, is find our true essence, become more loving, less greedy. Buddha also was asked, what is evil? Buddha said, desire is the root of evil. But why desire? Perhaps if you think about greed, greed is the root cause of, or desire is based on greed, is the cycle of needing and obtaining more and more and more, and actually is never enough. So that is greed. It's like a big black hole. And that is what is causing all this pollution, contamination, destruction, harming nature, mass extinction of the species, is because of the greed, because we don't love ourselves enough. So we need to love ourselves in order to save humanity, save Earth. Because there's a new Earth coming, and she's gonna get rid of humans if we don't ascend to the next level. And yeah, I think Eva and I, we shared that with volunteers. You're a first wave volunteer, right? I'm a second wave volunteer. So we're here to help people, find themselves and elevate their consciousness to the fifth vibration intensity. Now, in the papers that I gave you in each one of the shares, we want to understand how are we created, what is our essence. So in the Sumerian texts, they mention a name of a god of four consonant letters. In the Gnostic Gospels, they also mention a god of, or invisible spirit of four consonant letters. In the Hebrew Bible, they also find a god of four consonant letters. In the Babylonian text, they also talk about a god of four consonant letters. So it's no coincidence that many cultures in different times, different religions, different languages, different cultures, all of them talk about a god of four consonant letters. What if it was not a name? What if it is not a god? What if it's a mathematical expression? Because that's a common denominator in all cultures. Math is the language of the universe. Like the number five, right? All cultures, most cultures, advanced cultures knew very well the number five for calculating circular areas. So perhaps that four-letter name is a mathematical expression, not necessarily the name of God. So I came to the conclusion that those four consonant letters means three dimensions of space and one of time. That is the name of what is called Yahweh or Jehovah. It's actually yeah. So that's what they were talking about. They were talking about time, space, reality. So every experience, a dream, is a time, space, reality. When you read a book, your mind create the illusion of time and space, and then you have a time and space reality by reading a story. Your life itself is a time and space reality. So every single one of us are experiencing Yahweh. That's the mathematical expression, just time, space, reality. Now, in the other hand, we have energy. We need time and space, and we need energy for us to exist. And that is what is called Lucifer. Lucifer is energy, is light, and is non-binary. The other creator is life, is Jophiel. Jophiel is Mother Earth, Gaia, Sophia. Jophiel is the universal creator of life. Sophia is like the multi-planetary creator of life, and Gaia is planet Earth. So this we are made of a body that is natural, like is feminine, is part of Mother Earth. We have a soul that is made of light, that is Lucifer, and we have a time-space reality in every experience. So we are made of these three creators, or we are the creators. We are the essence of this trinity. So it's time, space, energy, and life. We're alive because of these three combinations. Now there is a negative triad. The positive triad is, or Yahweh is love, compassion, forgiveness, freedom. In Lucifer's light, knowledge, trust, and in Jophiel or life, healing and prosperity. Those are the positive aspects of the triad, and we all can experience love, express love, be compassionate. We can be forgiving. We can be free. We have light. We have knowledge. We have trust in ourselves and others. Because when you go to a restaurant, you eat and drink with yourself because you trust the restaurant, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't eat. If you go to the bank, you put your money in the bank, you trust the bank, they're not going to steal your money. When you drive down the road, you trust complete strangers that they're going to obey the traffic signals. When people send kids to the schools, they trust the schools that they're not going to harm their children. You buy something online and you trust that the merchant is going to send the package to your destination of anything that you bought. So it's 100% based on trust. Nothing works without trust. Every relationship, every kind of business, everything is 100% based on trust, not force, not power. It's about building trust with others, and that is the light of what is called Lucifer, or the divine spark. People have demonized the concept of Lucifer. Oh no, if it is not God, it's the devil. So then any worshipper of Mother Earth is associated with the devil. Anything who's full of knowledge is associated with the devil. So we have to balance. There is no wrong path. The only wrong path is the one that is not walked. We're all exactly where we're supposed to be. There was no mistake. There was no wrongdoing. Every step, every event wasn't necessary for us to be here right now because the future is imagination, does not exist. The past is information, it's a memory. And our brain is a supercomputer that processes information to create a reality, to create this time-space reality, to create light, to create life. And we are the creators of our own reality. Now, let's see this analogy. Try to find yourself in the universe. Locate yourself in the universe. Where are you? What do you see around you when you look around you? What do you see? Are you in the center of the universe? Look around. That's what I see. When I look around me, I am the center of the universe, and that I cannot say the contrary. Yeah, which means that every single one of us are universes. She's a universe, I'm a universe. Every single one of we are universes sharing a common reality, co-creating this reality. So when you understand that you are the universe is inside, not outside, then you accept that you are the creator of your own reality. That's one of the best ways of healing. You accept responsibility, you forgive yourself for creating those realities, for attracting negativity, for allowing people to abuse of you, you forgive yourself. And that's how you find yourself. Once you love yourself, you forgive yourself. And you accept that you're the creator of your time-space reality, you're the creator of all energies that are around you, and you're the creator of your own life. Because God is inside, not outside. A lot of people that believe in a God that is external to themselves do very terrible things, where they separate themselves from the divine. So when you accept that you're the creator, that you actually have the power within, nothing can harm you. You're almighty, you're the creator. Nothing can really stop you. You're free. So let's go into the negative triad. The other slide, you know, the Christian God has been a source of judgment, punishment, commandments. And that's what religion have created, the God that is in a throne judging and punishing people. And that's the negative side of the Yahweh's archetype. And then we have Lucifer, which is polarity, or too much light, too much darkness, ember, or explosive energy that is destructive. And humanity have used those energies for destruction as well. And in the natural side, we have predatory instincts. We humans can become like a cat that traps a mouse. The cat doesn't kill the mouse. The cat tortures the mouse and enjoys seeing the creature suffering. And the mouse tries to run away, and the cat traps it. And the more the mouse fights, the more the mouse suffers, or the more the cat, throws attacks. So those are the predatory instincts that we humans also can experience. And usually in relationships, people become like the cat and the mouse, and they harm each other, and that's a cycle of karmic cycle. And the flesh also experiences pain and also diseases. So that's the negative side of being alive. The predatory instincts, the suffering, and the illnesses. So those are the negative sides, and we want to enhance the positive always. The answer is love, compassion, forgiveness, light, knowledge. And when you think about light, humans, we only perceive, on average, we only perceive 5% of the light spectrum, which means that what we don't see, the darkness, is light that we cannot see. And fear is the only enemy. If you fear about exploring something new, perhaps you're blinding yourself from obtaining knowledge, and knowledge is power. We came to Earth also for learning to find ourselves. We came to Earth to find happiness, and it's like in school. If you don't learn, you have to repeat the class. And when we repeat the class, we attract the same energies, we attract the same problems, we attract the same personalities, we attract the same situations. And that's where we get trapped in the wheel of karma. I consider myself a benevolent teacher because I teach people, hey, planet Earth is a school, we came to learn, we have to find ourselves, we have to find happiness. And if we don't learn, we have to repeat the class. If we repeat the class, perhaps a malevolent teacher will be assigned to you to teach you the lesson the hard way. And that is suffering, actually. Nobody wants to repeat the class and being tortured by somebody who is giving us a lesson the hard way. So people that are evil or do bad things to us, they're actually teachers. So we have to learn to love our enemies because they are teachers. They are trying to teach us a lesson. And the biggest lesson is love, because whoever hasn't learned to love their enemies hasn't actually learned to love. And you start loving yourself. It's actually a reflection. You cannot love others if you don't love yourself. And these teachers, we need to learn to love them, because what is special in loving the ones who love us? There's nothing special in loving the ones who love us. What's truly special is to love the ones that do not love us. That is special. And that's how we overcome the negative triad. We overcome judgment, punishment with love. We embrace balance, in energetic balance, and we remove predatory instincts from our life. Because when we vibrate in certain frequency, we attract the same or the opposite. So the spiritual realm is energy, is time, is space, is life. Now, Nikola Tesla said that if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, you need to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. On the other page, I made like a quick drawing, nothing fancy, about what is frequency, or what is vibration. Vibration is something fluctuating. That is vibration. Frequency is how fast is that vibration moving. So now we have time and space, something fluctuating, and how fast it is fluctuating. That is time and space. And energy is where that vibration is going, is the direction. That is energy. That's the universe explained very simply, according to Tesla. Vibration is something fluctuating, frequency is how fast it's fluctuating, and the energy is the direction, where is that going. So essentially, we need to, whether you're male or female, that is irrelevant. We all need to learn the masculine energies and the feminine energies. The feminine energies attract. The masculine energies repel. It's like a protection. The feminine energies are like an accelerator in a car. It move forward. The masculine energies is like the brake. It's a protection too. The feminine portals are like faucets. They bring souls, they bring energies, they bring spirits. The masculine portals are like drains. They drain energies, drain souls, drain spirits. So if you want to receive goodness, you use your feminine to attract, and it brings. When you want to repel energies or negativity, you use your masculine to repel. And you usually use the masculine to drain as well and let go. You want to move forward, you use your feminine. You want to break and stop, you use your masculine. Feminine energies open portals, masculine energies close portals. So everything is in your mind. You just imagine portals opening, you imagine portals closing. And Einstein said imagination is everything. We create our future with our imagination. Now, there's another thing that people is not aware of. It's a very fundamental concept, very, very, very simple concept, is that we all came through a woman. Every single one of us came through a woman. My soul came through my mother. Our soul came through our mothers. So, which means that women are portals that bring souls to this plane of existence. The problem is that nobody's teaching that women are portals. That is very simple, very basic, very fundamental. It's not complicated, right? The womb is a portal. Institutions are not teaching the woman are portals. Religions are not teaching the woman are portals. Schools are not teaching the woman are portals. Not even spiritual gurus are widely teaching the woman are portals. What are they hiding from us is the question. What are they hiding from us? What if what they're hiding from us is knowledge? Because it's very simple, very fundamental for life. Mothers themselves, they don't know they are portals, and they're not teaching to the children that women are portals. Why? This is very basic. Everybody should know that women are portals and the consequences and the implications of being a portal. What they're hiding from us is knowledge, and knowledge is power. Power for the people to free themselves from the prison in the mind. So essentially, when you understand that a woman is a portal, it's like a front door of your house. It has to be locked and closed if you're not using it. Because otherwise, thieves, squatters, loiterers, animals, pests can come inside your house and mess up and steal and do vandalism in your house. And you don't want that, right? So your house or temple is your body, your mind and your body. So they are hiding from people how to use their energies, how to close the portals, how to secure your portal. So the portal is still open and exposed and vulnerable to energies. The positive energies, they're not invasive. The positive energies, they respect the portals. The negative ones are always trying to cross the portal. The negative ones are always trying to manifest through the portals. And that's what is happening here on Earth today. We have portals open, negative energies keep coming and going. They affect the people around the portal or the woman around. Those energies go into their children, and the children, just cascade those energies to other people, and that's how the negativity comes to Earth through open portals. So we need to understand how to secure those portals. And going back to the topic of Mother Earth, getting rid of humans, she is being affected by those portals as well. That's why we have pollution and greed and the industry of torture, because there is an energy using those portals affecting how humanity behaves. So the reason we need, Mother Earth as a planet is feminine, is female. That's why it's called Mother Earth. So anything that is natural, bacteria, plants, animals, the oceans, rivers, lakes, everything that is natural is fundamentally feminine. Anything that is not natural is masculine, like roads, cars, houses, buildings, technology, clothing, religion, any of that is masculine. We humans, whether you're male or female, that is irrelevant. We humans, we're fundamentally masculine. And Mother Earth, she needs the masculine, but not the toxic masculinity that we are. So we need to raise the divine masculine. The divine masculine is very well defined as the Shiva consciousness or the Christ consciousness. I don't want to call it the Christ consciousness because it's related to like indoctrination and religion, but it's the divine consciousness that we can express as superhumans or supernatural. Not unnatural, but supernatural. That is the divine masculine. Somebody who can understand energies, makes a wise use of the energies. Somebody who is always loving, always wise, always protective, always compassionate and kind, honest and authentic. And the number one thing that you have to learn to find yourself is to understand that the fake doesn't have value. Only the authentic has value. And the authentic is you. You are the truth. You are the light. You are the knowledge, and you are the way. The authentic is you. Anything that is not you is fake. Doesn't have value. Only you, your true, authentic, genuine self has value. And it's within. It's not the flesh, it's not the mind. It's the silence that resides in your heart center. That's how you find yourself. So we need to find ourselves to save humanity from Earth and Earth from humanity. Mm-hmm. Do you guys have any questions, any comments, anything you want to share?
Well, one of the things that Neil, going back to the gold thing, I thought Jehovah was the emblem,
The
the
what?
Nike guy,
Mhm.
right?
In fact, in the Bible, the Old Testament, you can read that Yahweh was a God that tortured an entire nation for 40 years. They forced them to live in the desert, eating the same thing every day for 40 years, and they tortured them with war, with laws, with punishment, all kind of horrible things. So that is the negative triad, is the God of the Old Testament. That is an Anunnaki that actually using the powers of the Tetragrammaton, using the powers of the time and space to use the name of Yahweh. But that is the negative manifestation of the Yahweh. That is the one in the Old Testament. And the New Testament is a God of love, compassion, forgiveness, kindness. It's the positive aspect of Yahweh. So people think it's, oh, we have to obey. No, no, you have to be free. You have to, contrary to what society says, no, it's not about you, it's about others. No, it's always about you. Love yourself first. Forgive yourself. Trust yourself. You cannot trust others if you don't trust yourself. You cannot believe in others if you don't believe in yourself. So even believing in a God before believing in yourself is an issue because God is inside. You have to find God inside. Believing a God that is external to you is separating yourself from the divine. Find yourself, believing in yourself, because animals don't believe in God and they have everything they need. They know they are connected to everything. They know there's a higher power, but they know that it's with it. Indoctrination is about separating yourself from God, from the one that is inside. The love of yourself, your true love, is you, always you. Contrary to what society says, oh no, you're not the center of the universe. Yes, you are the center of the universe. Once you love yourself, you can love anything else.
But we don't want to be egocentric either. We don't want to be, fall into that being egocentristic, like some people are. Some people are very full of themselves.
Mhm.
That might be some good.
But yeah, we need to find ourselves, love ourselves, so you can love anything around. Because when you see other people as mirrors, then you stop judging, you start forgiving, you start loving. Because judgment is actually hate. When you use discernment is like tuning strings in a guitar. You hear the sound and see, oh, it doesn't resonate with me, but I can get closer to that resonance so I can, you know, share with other people. It's like tuning vibrations. That is discernment. You try to love the other person, even if you don't really resonate with what they say or what they do or how they live. You can use empathy and discernment instead of judgment. Because that's how we love ourselves, by seeing others as mirrors. And according to quantum mechanics, superstring theory of quantum mechanics, every single subatomic particle vibrates in 11 distinct frequencies, which means that electrons vibrate in 11 frequencies, protons, neutrons, quarks, neutrons, all those subatomic particles vibrate in 11 frequencies, which means that we as individuals, we humans, we vibrate in 11 frequencies as well, which means we all have at least 11 personalities, 11 ways of vibrating. And anybody that is around you is actually one of those vibrations, are replications of you, versions of you that you're not aware of, personalities that you're not aware of. We as universes, as co-creators and creators of our own reality, we cannot really experience others' energy. We always experience our own energy in other bodies. That's why we need to love everybody. Everything that is around you is always you. I'm going to put this analogy. Um, there is the ocean with ripples, and the ripples are crashing with the wind. The ripples create those waves, and the waves splash, and they create those bubbles, and the bubbles create foam. And every bubble is a soul. The bubble experiences the illusion of individuality, but at some point the bubble claps and becomes part of the water. Every single one of us are that little bubble, but we belong to one divine unity, one body, just one body of water is the ocean. That is you. You're everything, everything is you. And we're just experiencing this illusion of individuality as bubbles of water. When you find yourself, you find peace. I'm going to give you another illustration. There was an artist in a boat. That artist had a canvas, was trying to paint something in the canvas. But the artist couldn't draw anything because the boat was moving too much. The waters were not calm, the waters were not peaceful. So the artist had to wait until the waters are calm and peaceful. Once the waters are calm and peaceful, the artist was able to paint a beautiful picture, a beautiful drawing in the canvas. So you are the artist as the creator of your own reality. The waters are your emotions, and the piece of art is the manifestation of your reality. We cannot manifest anything. We cannot be God. We cannot be the creators when our emotions drive the scene. We cannot manifest if the waters are turbulent. Our emotions have to be always peaceful and calm. That's why meditation is so important. You can get rid of anything negative with meditation. Buddha was asked one day, why do you meditate? He said, what have you gained with meditation? He said, I haven't gained nothing from meditation. But I can tell you what I've lost. I've lost fear. I've lost attachment. I've lost desire. I've lost unhappiness. So those are the four pillars of Buddhism: elimination of fear, elimination of desire, elimination of attachment, elimination of unhappiness. That's how you find peace. That's how you become the creator. Now, we only have 10 minutes to analyze the last part of the types of spiritual entities, because you can do a self-assessment. Where are you? Are you in this part of the categorization? Because that will tell you your purpose in life and how you can move forward in your path. So we have angelical beings and extraterrestrials that are very positive, very kind, very loving. They're connected to the divine all the time. And they don't interfere with humanity. They have a law of no interference. So angelical beings will not really come to you unless you ask. Unless you ask, they can interfere. They usually don't use human language. They don't speak human language. They usually express themselves as vibrations, as energy, as emotions, positive emotions, not negative ones. And many people has actually come to Earth, or many angels or high vibrational extraterrestrials had come to Earth to help humanity, but they cannot interfere directly here. Now, spirits and souls subject to samsara. Do you guys know what is samsara?
Some folks might review what I explained it.
So samsara is the cycle of birth and reincarnation. It's the cycle of coming back to Earth because we need to heal more karma. So we have a group of group souls. Those are animals like shellfishes, dropping of pigeons, bag of wolves, manad of deers. They don't have an individual soul. There's one soul guiding the whole group. And most animals don't have individual soul. Many elephants and animals that are like very independent. They might have their own soul. Snakes, those are solitary animals. Those might have an individual soul. But most animals, they are very clean. They came directly from other realms and experienced life here. And our soul actually got dirty. We like playing, like kids playing in a playground. We get dirty with sand with other kids, and that's why we have to come to Earth to clean ourselves. But we, instead of cleaning ourselves, we create more karma, and that's what we need to solve. So after an animal soul experiences that group environment, they have to build a new personality or an individual personality, and that's where they become those type of fairies or leprechauns or gnomes or elves or all those goblins and things that are like fairy tale creatures. They live in a separate vibrational density to build or create their own personality. Once they build that unique individual personality, then they are ready to become human beings. And we are giving intellect for us to develop supernatural abilities so we can return back to source or to continue living other realities outside Earth, but we get trapped in the wheel of karma. Many humans that have already healed all their karma, they come for the last time in a vessel. Usually they come as pets for the last incarnation because they come here as angels to help. Hey, I'm incarnating for the last time. I'm gonna help my another human, and then I leave because I'm tired. So those are the types of spirits that are very high vibration. Those souls that have healed almost all their karma, and they're very good guides, and they might speak human language. Now, souls trapped in the wheel of karma. Those are the ones that have incarnated in human form. They couldn't heal the karma. Some of them are making progress. Some of them that make progress that can go, when they die, they go to a paradise in the moon that is temporarily. They rest and they get ready to reincarnate again and make progress. The ones that are not making progress, they might either stay here wandering like as ghosts and they interfere with the living, or they can be in a place where they're just like completely lost without interfering in humanity. So it depends on what they decide. It's always their decision. What is the next step? There's not a God telling you, hey, you're gonna be here and here. It's always your own soul who decides where to go after that. Many that are very attached to earth, to the human pleasures, to the material possessions, they stay on earth, and they're the ones that are in haunted houses. Those are the ones that are around people with addictions, because people in addictions, they lose control over the frontal cortex when they're under the influence of drugs or alcohol. And when they lose control, the entity comes inside the body and they start doing things they wouldn't do if they're sober. So the spirits take control of the person to experience the human pleasures, the pleasures of the flesh, because they don't have a body. Many of those ghosts, they don't know they are dead. They think they are still alive. They obtain superpowers. Oh, I don't need food. I don't need money. I can control people. I'm invisible. So they still think they're alive. They just think they got superpowers. But they can interfere with humanity, and those are the ones that are always using the portals. You know, those ghosts that have a lot of karma, attached to earth, attached to the pleasures. They interfere with humans, and we need to protect ourselves from that intervention. Now, last, the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki were many types of extraterrestrial entities that were cast down to Earth. And so Earth is a prison planet. Many people that have old souls, they have very powerful energy, might be Anunnaki. They are like the gods that created humanity. In fact, the Anunnaki were told, hey, you need to find peace, and you all have to use the body of the same species to live as humans, so you can heal your own karma by, being able to make peace with others. So the Anunnaki, there are three types of Anunnaki. The demonic, they are negative. They usually incarnate as humans, and they are very powerful humans usually, but they cause destruction, pain, suffering. The fake angels, they are very, very commonly channeled by other people, but they are disguising themselves of light, but in the end they are not loving, they're not true compassion and life. Then the hopeless, they don't want to change, they don't want to transcend. They are completely fine as the orchestrators of all negativity on earth. They rarely incarnate as humans because they don't want to heal their karma. So these are the types of spiritual entities. Last thing that I want to mention is that people normally confuse spirituality spiritism, and spiritualism. And the three concepts are very, very different. Spirituality is always about self-love, compassion, connection with everything, forgiveness, kindness. That is spirituality. Anybody can be spiritual. Is spiritualism is knowledge, is understanding of the energies. Existentialism is wisdom. That is spiritualism. And spiritism is communication and interactions with spiritual or non-physical entities. So we need to be spiritual, and we need to know spiritualism to safely interact with spiritual beings. Interacting with spiritual beings or non-physical entities is extremely dangerous if you don't have self-love, if you don't practice spirituality, and you don't have the knowledge to understand what you're dealing with, or spiritualism. So thank you so much for your time and your attention today. We can bless you. This is a wand. You have questions? I can explain you how you use a wand. It's very useful. So again, thank you. We're at the end of the time.
Do you have, do we have some time for questions?
Yes, of course, of course.
Okay,
Yes.
so I have a question, because I'm always about practical magic. I'm always about finding ways to help us. So what would you, you were talking about the, different, like the demonic, fake angels, hopelessness. What is the work that we should be doing? I'm sure that a lot of us want that answer. What is the work that we should be doing? How do we protect ourselves while we are searching within to find that spirituality that you're speaking of, connecting to that love that is who we are? What is the work that we should be doing to protect ourselves during that time so that we're not open, we don't leave ourselves open to that negativity, to the energy that is harmful?
Yeah, the first step is doing a self-assessment. Looking at the different types of spiritual beings and identify where your primary energy stands. Are you a soul trapped in the wheel of karma? Are you perhaps a soul of an Anunnaki? Or are you ET, an angelical being? Are you ready to transcend? Are you a new soul that just came from the forests?
So by asking questions when you're, I would assume, and again, this is for folks that may be wanting this information. You talk about meditation. So we get a lot in meditation about who we are, how we're connected to love. That's where we feel that love, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would you say that in meditation, some of those answers come? In
Yes.
meditation as to where we are, what is the work that we need to be doing for our own spirituality and our own connections to the divine. And the other thing that you talked about was vibration, which we here in our groups, when we have our study groups, we all talk a lot about vibration. And we came up with a little term, how are you vibrating? Because where you are is an indicator, right, of what you're connecting with and where the work is. So would you agree that that's a good way of kind of checking? Like if you needed to check yourself quickly, you would see, where am I vibrating? You know, am I coming from a place of love, compassion, understanding, or am I coming from a place of fear or lack?
Yeah, I think as mentioned, is using resonance or using discernment. Discernment is like tuning strings in a guitar.
And that's very good. I love that
Yeah.
analogy. I love that.
So you try to tune into the vibration of the other person, not with judgment, but with empathy. If you see somebody that is better than you and is doing great, you can't, oh, I want to be, so you try to tune into that vibration instead of being jealous, instead of separating themselves from them, you actually try to become and mimic or become a reflection of them. The ones that are like in a vibration that you don't really want to be, you actually approach them to help them raise their own vibration. But guess what? Everything around you is actually you.
Yes.
So when you look at this chart with the different types of spiritual entities, you can say you have a version of you that is hopeless, you have a version of you that is a fake angel, you have a version of you that is demonic, you have a version of you that is not healing karma, there is a version of you that is healing karma, there is a version of you that lives in the forest, that is an animal. You are a version of you that is an angel and is extraterrestrial. So how do you become the best version of yourself? Because everything is you. So you have to help yourself. If you don't resonate with something, that thing just will stay away from you. Everything is meant to be.
So it's an inside job.
It's an inside job. It's all about you. It's not about others.
Would it be a way maybe to do some kind of reading, like Akashic Records reading, to find out what kind of soul you are?
You can do that, of course, but nothing better than meditation. I can finish the session with a meditation if you like.
That
Someone.
would be beautiful.
Okay. So if you're ready, feel comfortable. Take a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Empty your lungs completely and keep your air out for count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe. Become aware of your breathing. Close your eyes. And go to a place where there's nothing above you. There's nothing below you. There's nothing around you. There's no gravity. There's no intention. No forces influencing you. There's no light. There's no darkness. There's just you in the middle of nothingness, aware of your existence in the eternity. And you're levitating over nothing. No light, no darkness. Just you. Understanding your conditions, create a blast of light in front of you. The blast of light will grow and grow and grow and expand. You will see those energies flowing in all colors, all shapes. You will see geometries like circles and triangles and spirals and squares and diamonds. And all kinds of geometries and flows and figures and patterns all around you. The most beautiful energy, the most powerful energy exploding inside your head, creating everything. Inside that energy, twist the energy, steer it in circles, steer it in circles. Do you form a twist? That twist will form a portal. The portal is like a wormhole. The wormhole is pulling you inside. You want to go inside the portal. Don't force, don't resist. Let yourself go inside the portal, inside the wormhole. The wormhole is taking you back in time and space. Back in time, and you're falling down falling down to earlier moments of your life. You're falling down in a free fall, going backwards in time. You will see places and people that you've been in the past. You keep falling down, keep falling down, keep falling down to earlier moments of your life. Perhaps you will see workplaces and coworkers and clients and roads and houses. Perhaps you will fall to a family event. You will see people happy, an important moment, perhaps a commitment day. Keep falling down, keep falling down, keep falling down. To earlier moments of your life, keep falling down. Keep falling down. Perhaps you will see you travel in which you were experiencing different places. Keep falling down, keep falling down. Keep falling down to earlier moments of your life. Perhaps to a sad event. Forgive yourself for that sad event. Keep falling down, keep falling down, keep falling down. Keep falling down to earlier moments of your life. Perhaps you will find a Christmas party, very happy moment. Keep falling down, keep falling down. Keep falling down to early moments of your life. Keep falling down to a graduation day, perhaps. Keep falling down to where you were a little kid, before being in school, before having any responsibilities. You just were a toddler experiencing the magic of life, nature, trying to deal with adults. Keep falling down to early moments of your life. Keep falling down. Perhaps to when you were a baby, before being able to walk. Feeling the warm and loving arms of your mother. That's the first love. Keep falling down, keep falling down. Keep falling down to early moments of your life, perhaps the moment of your birth. Breathe deep. And exhale long. That is your first breath. Going forward, you're breathing amniotic liquid in the womb of your mother. Everything is dark, jelly, aqueous. The time is going backwards, and your body goes smaller and smaller and smaller. Everything is going bigger, and you become smaller. Keep falling down, keep falling down. We're going to arrive to that specific second in which your DNA was formed, the time of your conception, in which the egg of your mother mixed with the spermatozoid of your father. That specific moment in which your DNA was formed, there's a light pointing to the skies. Follow that light. And at the end of that light, there's a galaxy far, far away. Zooming into that galaxy, it's a marvelous, magnificent, almighty galaxy made of trillions of stars, zillions of planets, life, and civilizations, and intelligence. Perhaps that galaxy is you before becoming a human being, before coming to Earth. That galaxy has many, many worlds, many, many minds, many, many versions of you. It's almighty. Grab that galaxy and put it on top of your head. that is your crown chakra. Slowly incorporate your consciousness back into this human body in the present time here in Tampa, in Brandon. Breathe deep, exhale long. Become aware of your breathing, become aware of your surroundings. And slowly open your eyes. Welcome back. Hope you guys enjoyed the ride.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes.
Anyone else have any questions, or would you like more information from Willie, how to contact him?
Yeah, you can share my information as well. My Instagram is RCSVAW. RCSVAW. Um, you can find me on Facebook as Wilberto Vargas. And what else? Yeah, I have a YouTube channel, TikTok. Is the reverse of my Instagram. It's WAVSCR. But my Instagram is the one that I have most of the like followers and information.
Are you a contactee, or
Huh?
where did you get your information? Is something you learn over the years, or you get a contactee?
I'm a channeler, so most information is just coming to me. It's like remembering. It's remembering. I mean, we all know this. I'm helping people remember too. Because every time we incarnate, we erase our memories.
Exactly, exactly. Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, thanks for having me. It was a pleasure. So regarding wands, we use wands to protect ourselves from energies. So the energies get trapped by the wand and not in the body or the energetic field in your body. So it's I'm making the wands on the night. You want one I can you can just give me a piece of wood and I can bless it and put some crystals in it and make it useful.
You're beautiful.
Yes.
Now, are you still in Jacksonville?
No, I was I'm living in Tallahassee.
Oh, Tallahassee.
But I'm here, I'm not back in Tampa until maybe a month or 2 weeks. I'm not sure when I'm going back to Tallahassee.
Okay,
Yeah, but I'll be in between Tampa and Tallahassee.
so if anybody wants any information or any wands, now's a good time to get a hold of you while you're here, right?
What's your Facebook page? With Brenda Vargas?
Wilberto Vargas.
Wilberto Vargas.
You can find me on Instagram as RCSBAW. And you will see my logo. If you see this logo, yeah, that's me. So, yeah.
And I will also, if you send me that information, I will post it.
Okay.
And I'll have it for everyone, we'll make sure to get it out. And I'll post it also so that everybody has that information as well.
I also do past life regressions. If anybody's interested, QHHT, the Dolores Cannon
Yes.
certification.
Yes.
But
David,
here, or you live in California?
I do it, I can do it online.
David also does meditations for past life regressions, and he's our Ho'oponopono guru. So, yeah, so you have something in common with meditations. Yeah, we have which you guys maybe should talk. We do when David is available, he does on Thursday nights a group meditation. It's a super conscious, to get in touch with